Hello, Proxy Table Gaming fans. We are PTG. I am Hyper G, and I am back with the Lucky of Sixes. How are you doing, Lucky Sixes?
Yo, Hyper G. Yeah, really good. Really good. Really good.
Good. Last time we were together was the year review video, I believe.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no. And
a lot's changed since then.
A lot has changed. And we got some exciting new stuff coming on.
We do. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, many of you will have seen the Masters stuff that's been happening over the last couple of weeks, which is awesome. Well done to you, Lucky Sixes, for coordinating that. But, of course, alongside that is our usual kind of stuff, which we're hoping to bring to you in this very different 2021, obviously because of reasons that we don't go into. But yeah,
reasons.
yeah. But one of the different things that we're doing is what we're about to introduce to you, which is basically joining our good friend Pateglio on Veil of the Ages on his tabletop simulator mod for the Essence of War version of the Ninth Age, which is really awesome. If you haven't checked it out yet, well, you're about to by watching this video.
Yeah,
so that's a good start. But if you haven't checked it out, all you need to do is, just look it up on the forum, talk to us, talk to Pateglio on Veil of the Ages. There's so many ways that you can get involved. It's unbelievable. But what's coming up, what you're about to see, is actually a battle between myself and Rob from RH World Building, I believe his name is, on the forum. A battle with Essence of War, so the very small units count, and we played basically just to have a little game of Empire versus Orcs. I took control of the Orcs, and this is the game basically. So I do hope you enjoy it. It's available to also watch a commentary stroke analysis on Agona's YouTube channel. He says Agona's.
Agona's it is then.
Agona's, yeah. So
Remy.
Well, exactly, yeah. So I mean, he does a really good analysis of this battle. So if you want to hear what a person who didn't play the battle thought about our tactical decisions and everything, go and have a check out of that because it's well worth it.
Yeah, and future games of Essence of War will be had on Veil of the Ages Twitch channel.
Yes, they will.
Which is what these are. These are live streams moving on, and we're just showing you the goodness.
Absolutely, yeah. And I believe me and you are going to have a game fairly soon, so that'll be good.
It's
Looking
on.
Forward to that. Boom, boom. Yeah, so sit back and enjoy this game of Essence of War between myself and Rob. It was a pleasure meeting Rob and always pleasure spending time with Pateglio as well. It is a little bit longer than a normal battle report because obviously this is actually the battle. But I do hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, we will sign off there and have fun watching Essence of War.
See you later.
Nice game between two very classic factions, the Orcs and Goblins against the Empire of Sonnstahl. We're going to be playing Essence of War, the simplified version of the game. And tonight I'm in company of two very good friends. In the north corner, red collar, you have seen him on the show a number of times. It is Rob. Good evening, Rob. Good afternoon.
Good evening, Pateglio. Always glad to be here. Always a pleasure.
Very, very nice to have you on board and to put a face to the voice and, a human behind the art and all the drawings that we've had. So tonight we'll be trying to have the webcams on, and as you can see, my webcam is on top of the dice, which are indicating in which phase of which turn we are. So that means that you will soon not see my ugly face anymore. But you will have another webcam in the south corner for the color brew. Let me introduce from the Proxy Table Gaming YouTube channel, which is the stellar YouTube channel about the Ninth Age. Ladies and gentlemen, Hyper G. Good evening, Hyper G.
Good evening. What an introduction, and full of lies, but I'll take it.
I'm good at lies,
does
and you're
that.
good at taking lies, so that's a perfect combination.
It's a good combination. Yeah, we'll stick with that.
No, it is true that I'm a huge fan of the PTG channel, and I've spent more hours than my employer would like to know, probably, watching your channel. So thank God I didn't do that.
Just
from
don't admit that on live stream. You'll be fine.
But yeah, and so for
I'm very honoured to have your time watching it, and anyone who watches it, we're very grateful for anyone who finds it interesting.
definitely everybody, it's like I have it here on the tablet, on the tabletop simulator mods. There's my own website, then you have the Patreon page from Rob, where you can get all of the beautiful designs that he's making for these armies. And then I also have preloaded this page from the PTGs on YouTube. I'm just going to show you how much, what's the incredible quantity of videos that they've put out. It's like that. Is that a video, like 2 videos each week or something like that? Crazy stuff.
We try, but I mean, during the pandemic, it is somewhat difficult to keep our regular schedule going. But we try where best we can. But yeah, there's at least 1 video a week, and hopefully more during good times. But these are unusual times at the moment, aren't they?
And I've seen that you're planning
Certainly
to
are.
right to add a crazy amount of new videos, because I've seen
Yes.
some teasers of something that's going to happen in the UK scene. So
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to mention it, because it is kind of being run by Lucky Sixes. But yeah, it's definitely something worth tuning into over the next few weeks. I mean, obviously, I'm going to say it as part of PTG, but check out the channel in the next few weeks, and you will not be disappointed.
definitely do that. And if you see
Yeah,
this,
I heard a little bit about that on Paired Weapon podcast.
Of course.
yesterday,
There you go.
and,
Yeah,
and definitely sounds like an exciting
it is going to be very cool.
content. So
Yeah,
check that out.
Yeah.
People.
rich in stuff.
It's amazing how different forums, different channels can collaborate to make something awesome. So
Yeah.
everyone is in for a treat, definitely.
Yeah. Great. No, I really look forward to that. There's video, audio, games, analysis, chat. So it's going to be a fun thing. And also, just to give you a disclaimer, if you see the subscribe button here, don't think I am not subscribed. This is just the Tabletop Simulator mod. So I want to make that clear for everybody.
I was thinking, what's going on there?
I don't have the white background for YouTube, and so that's I have the dark theme. So that's the.
But that's a good point to mention. That is the button you need to press. So
Exactly. You know where to go on the website and which button to press. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do it now. Well, maybe not now. After you watch this, then you can.
Yeah, exactly. Now we will let the viewers focus on the
This isn't about
the match itself. We do have somebody following the video already. Hello, Remy. It's good to have you. Good to have you in the chat. We count on tactical, strategic, live analysis from Remy in the chat for the stream view.
Hi, Remy.
Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
And so I would say that at this point it's time for me to quietly move myself into the background, put the face die back on the top of the screen, and maybe do one thing before I truly shut up. I'm gonna roll the start die so that we can see who goes first. We have red for Rob and blue for Hyper G, and Hyper G will start. Excellent.
Great.
So you can choose your deployment zone, and you can field your entire army. You can deploy it, and then you will have first turn.
Yeah, just yeah, cool. All right, let's see. I think I will. We're playing left to right. Is that right?
Correct.
The light green area is the middle, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, cool. So So I will deploy on the side that has the building.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that outside of deployment? Have I completely misinterpreted?
It is indeed. No, it is indeed a building in the deployment zone. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I'll deploy on that side, please.
Mm-hmm. So we can take your army and move it more or less in position.
Wonderful. So remind me, I'm deploying my whole army first. Is that right?
You're deploying your whole army first, and you will go first as well. You will have first turn.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm obviously, this is my first live experience of the TTS mod, so I wouldn't say completely out of touch with TTS, but I am certainly not well versed in doing everything, basically. So there's going to be a lot of trial and error with my movement of stuff.
That's all right.
I see that Rob's tidying up my orcs already.
Holding. And I've made all of these mistakes before, so
Yeah.
don't feel bad.
That's all good. All good.
Yeah.
Cool. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know how. I suppose, Rob, you didn't have any choice about being Empire because you were just told that I was being Orcs. So, apologies for that.
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's
play testing for you. I played them last week, so I'm not unfamiliar. We all good.
That's cool. I mean, I do love my Orcs and Goblins anyway, so... oh yeah, I made a critical error there with my Goblin movement, but hang on, I can correct that, because I've been told how to correct it.
Perfect. Only the one doing that. Usually you can use the shadow of the models to know where they're going to land, but it's made more difficult if you have the deployment zone activated, so I can understand that. Yeah, I'm sure that Remy is gutted that you are the one who's playing the Orcs. I say, who's Orcs playing anything?
Are they his army, are they, usually?
Yeah, also Remy is reminding us that we have a counter for how many undo button presses we play during each game.
Right, okay.
And so I think that Remy currently is the one leading the charge with 6 restarts. So let's
6? I was thinking you were going to say 600.
You're going to break that.
I feel like I'm pretty close to 600, so...
Alright, so I think as risky as I want to be with having a shaman outside of a unit, I'm going to have to put him in the Orcs. So I believe I replaced a model in the front and add him in, but this guy at the back doesn't return to the unit, does he? So.
Exactly. That guy is just lost, and also the Orc will have to stick with the unit for the entire duration of the game. You cannot have the
oh, is that right?
That's a new rule for the simplified version of the War rules, because it saves us 1 page of what to do when you leave the unit, when you join it back. So it will come back in the advanced version of the rules.
Okay.
So you can, in the advanced version of Essence of War, you'll have the chance to move the characters in and out of units, but not in the basic version. So if you want to change your mind after this piece of information.
Can I ask, in TTS, my measuring with the tab button, that's showing up as centimeters. Is there something I can do to change that to inches, or is it just set as centimeters?
That is very strange, because for me it is in inches.
Oh, really?
So if you go to the top of the screen, it should be in settings and configuration. Is that right, P? Or if you hit escape.
Configuration.
I can double change that, yeah.
Let's say control.
That. So configuration, top menu, apply, bring to the bottom, and then was that going to be options? Turns, hands, physics, grid, info, server. Nope, maybe not. Info, server, permissions, grids.
I mean, it wouldn't be too much of an issue. I can always just ask one of you guys to tell me ranges.
No, but that is interesting because I've never seen that. So
Yeah,
interface.
to be honest, when I usually use TTS, it's usually in inches. I'm sure it's usually in
Source,
inches.
sounds, graphics, game. Do we have something in the game section? No, not really. If anybody in the chat knows how to change the,
When you guys are measuring, it actually shows me your measurement in centimeters as well.
yeah, it's
Interesting.
strange.
Hmm.
So strange that I would have.
Oh, here we go. No.
So I'm checking indicator.
Got it. I've done it. I've done it. For info, if you go to the left-hand side, the button's on the left, the fourth one down, where there's the first circle. When you hover on that,
Line.
is line. The first one centimeter, grid, line, inch.
Yeah.
You can change the first one to various different settings. So I was showing you
centimeters and grids.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So that's how to change it. I'm all good now. Sorry for that delay.
Good. We learned something.
Oh, it's all
Excellent.
good.
I love it.
We're
So now I
playtesting
can find
TTS as much as we're playtesting Essence of War, so.
Yeah, exactly. So
Brilliant.
beautiful, right? Thank you. I think I'm deployed. As terrible as that deployment no doubt is.
All right.
All right. Well, mine will be worse, I'm sure, so it's okay.
You're just going to mirror my deployment, aren't you?
Kind of, but I had this planned out. I actually kind of thought about this this morning. So
You've done planning. That's cheating.
I mean, kind of the same as what I did last week, so it's not really that.
Did you win last week?
I did. I was also playing somebody who had never even played Ninth Age, so still feel kind of guilty about that, but it's okay.
You know, I was counting on Rob to be a reasonable first opponent for the new player, and I know he just.
Do you think I'm the chump?
He didn't care. He just didn't care. No, I thought you were gonna be like, you know, a sensible person, a nice person, because you have a reputation of being a nice guy. By the way you behave on the forums, like you're a very well behaved person. No way, he was just being brutal.
Absolutely.
I wanted to call the mods, you know.
Yeah.
Ouch. Well, you know, it is what it is. And oh yeah, I left my wizard behind here. He's gonna go right here. Range. Oh no, he's going over here. Goblin bows, 24 inches. Okay, I think that is good for me.
All right, I'm gonna take screenshots of the whole thing, and then I'm gonna deactivate the deployment zones. I'm gonna take screenshots for this battle in case there's any you know, bat rep that we want to make either in video or in you know, on the forum, stuff like that.
I think we mentioned, didn't we, that we were going to try and put this on the PTG channel as well, didn't we?
Yes, so you can yeah, so you can decide.
I better behave myself.
Yeah. No, not for PTG. No, there's no rules for PTG.
I'm just kidding.
You see that? You see, I resent the implication. That means that as long as it is on my channel, yeah, that's fine. It's gonna be 3 people working. See that?
I'm just kidding.
You bloody celebrities, PTGs.
Hey, you know, I'm relative. You know, when we got McDickdock or Omar, I feel like I'm pretty tame. So.
Yeah, they're setting a crazy baseline. All right, excellent. So, Hyper G, turn 1,
Okay.
phase 1, charge. Well, it's not going to happen. Then movement phase. Bring
Yeah. Good luck, Rob. By the way, let's have a good one.
Good luck to you.
May the dice roll evenly for both of us.
We shall see. Usually
Maybe
not in my
not.
favor, so hopefully it'll work out for you.
Well, I'm not the
Good
one
luck,
called
thank
Lucky
you.
Sixes, so we'll see. Okay, yeah, so there will not be any charges first turn, unfortunately. What I shall do is I will move. Let's see, I know your range of your light infantry. Let me double check that. That is 24. Yep, I'm not getting away from them. So, I didn't think it would be any less. Let's have a little play with this whole wheeling system first. Okay. So, I'm going to talk you through my movement as I do it, so that if my actual button pressing doesn't turn out to be what I think it is, then you'll know. So my Goblin Raiders are the ones who are going to be trying to move on this right flank for me. So I'm going to move 1 inch forwards, like so. Then I'm going to wheel 1 inch left, like so.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep wheeling. So another inch, that's 3. Another inch, that's 4. 1 forward, that's 5. 2 forward, that's 6. 3 forward, 7. And I'm just going to remind myself what their movement is before I go too much further. Where are the cards? Movement 9. Cool. So yeah, I've got 2 more left before I just had a quick scan of the book, because one of the things that we've discussed many times, Pataglio, is that playing the full 4,500 version of the rules and then very quickly playing Essence of War. In fact, it's only 2 days since my last 4,500 game. I forget what rules are in one and what are not in the other. So would you mind briefly reminding me whether dangerous terrain tests are required going through forests if I march in this game?
Yes,
They
that
are indeed.
happens only with your cavalry marching. Well,
That's fine. So I've moved my Goblin Raiders 9 inches, and because one of them started in the forest in my deployment zone, I will not move any further to avoid taking a dangerous terrain test in that forest.
nice, classic. So you also don't have Swift Stride with this.
Yes,
with this
I remember Swift Stride doesn't exist anymore. That's fine. Yeah, no problem. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to now follow up their movement with the goblins. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, just to there, which will allow them to still shoot because they have bows. And I will also move the orcs forward 4 as well. And let's just...
I'm gonna delete the orcs to the sides just to
okay,
prevent
yeah.
any problem, and then I will copy them back in.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just going to come 4 inches forwards. Happy with that?
Okay.
Is there a quick way to find out where the center is? I know you've done it in practice. Is there a quick way that we could find out? Just press on the button.
So you go to state 2, so just hit 2 when you're hovering over that, and it will bring that up.
Because obviously it's all about that center, isn't it? So
Sure is.
great. I'm happy with my movement then.
Screenshot. Then we move to the magic phase, and as you might remember from the arena, you just have to shuffle the deck of cards with R, and then you can quickly draw 1 with the left key, and then press F to flip it.
So I saw you shuffling, so I'm happy with that. So 5 for dice for me and 4 for you, Rob.
Excellent.
Okay, right. Well, let's see what range I left myself. Obviously, you know as well as I do that Awaken the Beast probably isn't going to be much use in this turn. Where's your little wizard hiding in that forest? I've got track of him.
He's actually over here now. I moved him.
Oh, he's moved.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Super sneaky.
I was thinking I'm never going to be able to find that guy in that forest. Where's he gone? But
We
that's
have
why I
lost a
can't
couple
find him in the
models in
forest.
the forests before.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, he is within 24 inches of my shaman. Just. I think if you're happy with that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I will go ahead and roll 5 full dice at Fireball because I am Orc and Goblin, and why would I not roll 5 dice?
Absolutely.
Boom! Here we go. So it's not a miscast. It's a decent roll. So
Okay. And I'll send my 4.
oof.
And that's a shit roll.
I
Is what it is.
thought it was a lovely roll. So yeah,
Just a matter of perspective, right?
absolutely isn't everything.
I can put the D3 die next to the mage, and you
Okay,
can
super.
roll
I'll just keep
that.
lovely. So here we go. Oh,
Oh, thank God.
just the one. So it is strength 4. Are you resilience 3 on a wizard? I hope.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see if I can wound him. I do.
And I think you also have another one because it's D3 plus 1.
Oh, +1. Of course, yes, I forgot the +1. Oh, that makes it even more disappointing that I didn't roll more than 1 hit. So I'll roll a further 1 dice. That will not wound, so it is just 1 wound on your wizard.
All right.
All right.
And that
Fair
ends
enough.
magic.
Okay.
So I'll go on to shooting. Now I'm going to ask what might come across as a very silly question, but if I'm right, it will look like a very good question. Can all of my goblins that are in range shoot, or just the front 2 rows?
Two ranks.
Front 2
Only
ranks.
yeah.
2 ranks, okay.
And you
I'll
cannot hit on a 7.
Sure, yeah.
So movement, long distance, long range, and cover given from the hindering terrain brings you to 7. That makes it impossible.
Fair enough, not a problem. I wasn't really hoping for too many wounds anyway, so I will try and shoot the others, the Imperial Guard instead, because that'll be on 6s then. Assuming both my front 2 ranks are in range. Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Looks
yeah.
like it.
I'll just fire 10 shots at the Imperial Guard then. And if I get even 1 kill, I will be delighted. Can I roll a 10 on these things?
So do
Yeah.
5 here and 5 over here.
Oh, okay.
Or 9 and 1, but split it between those. Did we just lose somebody?
1-6.
We just lost staff on Discord.
We lost it on Discord. Okay. So I
And
saw
he's back.
1 hit and 1 wound, but he's back. Yeah, okay, good. We lost you for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Sorry. Yeah. Did you lose me or did you lose Rob?
You have G.
You, staff.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But we saw the
might need to
wounds.
re-enable your camera.
Is my camera gone?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll turn it, press it back on.
So this
I'm
might
back.
have changed stuff up in the
Sure.
TTS, in the live as well. So let's see if it works now. Alright. Yeah. We should be back. Perfect. Yeah, so 1 wound on the Imperial Guards, and now you have an armor 4, armor save 3 up.
Oh, lovely.
Oh no.
I will gladly
Nicely
take that.
done.
Beautiful. And then the goblins will shout, "Come and get us!"
And that's
Alright.
the end of the turn. Brilliant.
And I think we can all agree that the Orcs and Goblins are winning.
So far, definitely. That's pretty clear.
It won't be for long.
So, no charges, obviously. That's also pretty clear. Let's see. Moving. I've got. Just reminding myself of my movement stats. 714. Okay. So we'll start with the cav. At 1 inch moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I want to go back 1, 10, 11. And that's 16 inches, which is a 9 for them.
It's 15 from
Yes.
closest to closest, though, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm measuring incorrectly. Okay, I can live with that. So we'll put them right there. The wizard and staff. If you just, when you're, I guess you don't actually have this issue because your character is in your unit. But if you select it, click, and then hit tab, it will give you
Track the
where you're
movement.
moving instead of just doing wheels, since you have pivots
Awesome.
and all that good stuff. He's gonna sit right here, right behind the hill,
Boo.
because he doesn't want to get shot again. Surprise, surprise, because that can't be fun. Actually, we're gonna offset him just a little bit more this direction. But that should have been plenty of range for me. Just so you know, we are using the square outline of the hill, not just the
The actual
actual physical hill.
Sounds good.
So this flat spots in the corners
Yeah.
are still behind.
Yeah, that was what I thought was going on with the Goblin Raiders actually in the dangerous terrain, so that's good.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. I guess you clocked that already.
Well, I guessed,
And
but
then-
that confirms it, so thank you.
Well, it's a good guess, if nothing else.
Great.
And then I think my IG are just gonna wheel a little bit in place. Well, they can get where they need to get regardless, even if the trig is off by a little bit, but they're just gonna kind of sit right there. And I think that's me for movement. Should be good enough.
Okay, screenshot.
So, magic phase.
Hey, turning off my
Shuffling.
center marker. Teglio. I was quite enjoying looking at the center.
Sorry about that. It was for the. It was
Sorry,
me
I'm only playing.
getting
I'm
all
only playing.
OCD on the screenshot.
It's alright, I'll turn it off now. It's fine.
Okay, we have 4 and 2.
I think we know what's coming.
So,
Or do we? Maybe
Yep.
we don't.
I think we do.
Yeah.
We're gonna cast a nice Scorching Salvo, which is in range of both the goblins, which are 17.7.
That's why I needed to kill that wizard in turn 1.
That was super lucky. I didn't even consider whether they were in range or not. We'll work with that. Better lucky than good, right?
Oh, absolutely. Lucky Sixes makes a career of it.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 dice. I think that's probably pretty clear.
Yep. I don't think I can stop
Out of
that,
reach.
but I will roll 2 decent dice anyway.
Waste them. Waste your good dice.
That doesn't work for me.
Well, it doesn't work for statistics, so it's
True.
fine. All right, so D3 plus 1. Thank you, Pataglio, or whoever. I think
Not
that was
me.
you. All right. So 3 and 2. All right. Well, whatever. And then strength 4. So against the orcs, we have res 4.
Correct.
So 2 wounding on 4s.
I think you're D3 plus 1 again, aren't you? So it'll be another one.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Saying I did that
missing
last
that.
turn, didn't I? So,
All right. 1 wound.
cool. Is there an armor piercing on that? Or is it just...
You actually... You have...
I have heavy armor. I have
It's
5 up.
AP2. AP0.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get your 5
So
up.
I will do a 5 up armor save. Come on, armor. Oh, no. So I will lose 1 orc. Thank you.
Alright. Progress. And then 2 on the goblins, and that's wounding on 3s. A little better. And they also have armor 2.
Right. Oh, yeah. I did need to roll
Oh,
2
no.
actually. But yeah, that's 2 goblins. That's all right. They're cheap. They're here to die.
Okay. So that brings me to
You don't need to shoot if you don't want to.
shooting. I know, but I really want to.
Oh.
So. All right, so the raiders are definitely in range. We're gonna put 10 shots, long range, into the goblin raiders. So that's 5s. Yes, 5s. All right.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do 5 on the red and 5 on the white.
Hmm.
3
Oh, 3.
Decent.
and AP1.
Wounding
maybe
on
2.
3s,
Oh.
I guess.
Oh yeah, duh.
It'd be good if you could skip the wounding roll.
Yeah, we'll just blow past that.
This is where you roll 360. There you go. You did it anyway. You knew. You knew.
All right,
It's the confidence.
Yeah.
somewhere in my subconscious.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I believe
So
that's
you still get
AP2, isn't
6 ups.
it? I think
Yes.
it's AP2, isn't it?
But you have armor 3.
But the raiders have armor 3.
Oh, of course you were shooting at the. I was about to take goblins away, but yes.
Mm.
So I do have 6 ups. Don't fancy their chances, but we'll see. Oh, that was a good attempt, actually.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
we got
so
2,
2 losses.
and you can pick which ones go, obviously.
But isn't it equally from both sides?
It is. I clicked the wrong one. I got excited. So I believe I need to panic as well, potentially.
I think you need to panic. Yes. Definitely need to panic,
Okay.
check, but I think you need to panic.
They are strong.
Nice.
Yeah, not going anywhere.
No, certainly not.
Even on disc 6.
Yeah,
They're on the...
they were on the generals, so I made sure the general was nearby. Lovely, good effort, good
Okay.
effort.
That is my turn.
Mhm,
Well, I
great.
gotta rely on that early effort, because worried about those orcs smashing into me.
There's time
There's
for
just so
that.
damn many of them.
Plenty of time for that.
Yeah.
Okay, superb. So, let's have a little look at this charge, just in case I feel like it. I think it's 20 inches, which is a very bold 11, especially without a swift stride. So I think I will not declare that charge. What I will do is, so yeah, no charges on my turn 2. I'll go straight to movement. So, all right. So I'm with the Goblin Raiders again. Start with them like I did last turn.
Okay.
So when I wheel them, is it going to wheel for the whole frame or for the 3 raiders?
It is
you're
going
right.
to use the whole frame.
Yeah.
So should we delete that, P?
Do you want to wheel in this direction?
I'm wheeling towards the forest. I'm trying to get these 3 inside the forest, is what I'm trying to do.
So you want to wheel in this direction instead?
Correct, yes.
All right. So I think that what I'm going to do is to just select the frame, and then maybe you can press. Okay, no, I'm going to do this instead.
Just take it away, and I can
Put in there,
Yeah.
and then if I pick them up, then you're going to be wheeling around the right point.
for now at least.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
repeat the process in a second.
Absolutely, yeah. So I will.
You can always just delete the frame if you want to. I
Yeah,
think.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and it's just 1 inch the other way, if possible,
Mhm.
please.
So if you want, you can now select them.
I can now move. Yeah. Thank you. I was just measuring range to see if I'd very conveniently got into short range for you, but I think I've tactically just stayed out,
Yeah.
which was
Very
genius. I think we'll
Love
all
those
agree.
tactical accidents.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Okay, so they're nicely in cover. I won't go any further forward to get dangerous terrain or to be in short range. I'll stick with that. The goblins are going to move 1, 2, 3, and a wheel. Oh, that might have gone a bit. Did that move my left a bit?
You can undo it with a 3.
I'll have to select them again. No, it's not. Might be a undo here, I guess.
1.
I can use the undo button. Just don't look at the screen. It's gonna flicker. It's gonna be weird. This one's okay. I'm gonna do it again. It's gonna take a couple of.
Yeah,
couple
it
of
tends to
seconds.
take a couple to undo, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is one of the features of TTS that I.
It's very useful. It just causes you to panic while you're doing it, doesn't it?
Because you never know what it's gonna show up as, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I've never known it to get it wrong. It
But
just
yeah, I can just remove these 5 goblins, and now you can
Yeah.
wheel happily.
lovely. I've only got one inch that I want to wheel, so like so. Perfect.
Okay.
Beautiful.
The orcs.
Oh yeah, so they're happy where they are. So the orcs, what shall they do? I'm going to do the same trick and remove a couple of models from this.
Perfect.
Yeah, you do that side, I'll do this side. And I'm going to wheel them once to the left, like so. Am I allowed to move them another inch to the left? Because that's technically going to put me within an inch of my goblins. Is that a problem or not?
You should stay 1 inch away from
Fine,
friendly
that's fine.
units.
I'd accounted for that, so I'm fine with that being the answer. It's not a problem. So yeah, I'm just going to stick in that position there. I'll just put some orcs back. Oh, you're on it. Great. Thank you. Yeah, so that's all my movement. Happy with that. Just going to check if I'm poised for the center or not. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Great, over to magic.
Perfect.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to just have a little glance at your armour, or lack of armour, on your light infantry. They are light for a reason.
Indeed.
Let's see what the magic card wants to be this time. I have 4 and you have 2.
Okay.
So right, so what I'm going to do, as much as I would love to be greedy, I am going to cast Awaken the Beast with 4 dice on my orcs.
Okay.
And get a very low and also miscast 11.
Oof.
So, again, if I try and dispel, does he
Mhm.
not suffer the miscast? Okay.
If you
No, you'd have to
successfully-
you'd have to succeed to dispel. You can still try. You can
Okay.
try and fail, and I would still suffer the miscast.
I think I'm just gonna let it go. Let you have that miscast since I only have 2 dice anyway. I still
Okay.
have to roll an 11 or a 12. So,
Sure.
wait.
There's
So-
nothing to lose by rolling it. I mean, other than stopping me getting the miscast.
I think even if it goes off, I'm okay.
Sure.
So, yeah, just go. I'm not gonna try and dispel it
Okay. No
because I
problem.
want you to forget that spell.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So I will roll a d6, roll a 2, and
Mhm.
I will forget that spell.
Yep.
So yeah. Awaken the Beast is no more for the Orcs and Goblins after this turn. Please do charge them now.
Correct.
Um,
Yes, of course. I'm glad to facilitate.
Yeah.
Nah.
You would only be a coward if you didn't.
I can be a coward. That's fine.
Absolutely.
Although now people can see my face, so I'm like on the grid. You know? People can judge me with a face to a name.
Lovely. So I will. I'll go ahead with shooting and shoot 10 goblin arrows into your Imperial Guard again. And again, I will be delighted if I manage to kill just one. So 5 there, and 5 there. I hit once with a 6, and I will fail to wound this time.
Oh yeah, you did move. Forgot.
Yeah, I moved 4 inches forwards. So a very uneventful and successful turn for the Empire, I would say.
Yep. Like your turn 1 was good for you. Turn 2, good for me. It all evens out. Okay. Charges. I am not gonna charge.
Ah,
As much as I know you would love that.
I would love that. It would be the orc thing to do,
Yes.
but you're not orcs, unfortunately.
Whereas I've got squishy little humans, so we'll ignore
They've
that.
got a 2-up armor save. What are you worried about?
Yeah. All right. So, movement. Instead, what we're gonna do is. So the light infantry and the Imperial Guard are basically just gonna stay where they're at. And then the Cav are gonna go 1, 2, 3. Actually, hold on. Back those up and wheel one more. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. P, do you want to hit that line of sight for me? Since I know that's already what you're thinking. And then bing, bing, bing.
14.
I think, is that 14? Yeah, sorry, I lost count. But that's good. That's fine.
It's a good job someone was counting, because
Okay.
I wasn't. I would have let you just keep going as long
Yeah.
as you liked.
I lost track at like 10 when I asked Pataglio to do the line of sight.
When you run out of
but-
fingers, yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, take my socks off and
No one wants that.
All right. No, no, definitely not. Especially not on camera. All right. Magic phase. Shuffling. And flip. Number 1.
How do you bring up the line of sight axis?
With 2.
It's state number 2
State number
on
2.
every miniature.
Great, thank you.
Interesting. Do I want to... even your raiders, when I shoot, they're only on saving on 6s. Cav have AP2, and your other guys all have armor 2. So I guess that helps me make my decision. We're going to do 3 dice Scorching Salvo.
Mhm.
And still on those same 2 units. So...
Ooh.
Weak.
Ouch.
I will try to dispel with 2 dice.
I think it's a 7. You need an 8 anyway.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get it.
Oh, okay. Didn't even,
Yeah, I didn't
Well,
even
I
cast
dispelled it too.
So I didn't get it twice. Okay.
Similar magic
Fair
phases for us both then.
Which brings us to the shooting phase. And we decided that it was not short range, which is okay. But you're also in cover, so that's 6s, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 5 and 5. 3. I'll take it.
Very good.
And because I never remember between turns, we're wounding on 3s.
Yep.
Mhm.
Strong weapons.
And weak ass rolls.
Okay, yeah. So
And
1
you get
armor save,
6 up.
6 up.
Oof.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a 6 there for a
Yeah.
minute. But,
Sure looked like it.
didn't quite, did it? So, okay. I will remove the one on the far right.
One on the far right.
He's gone. Cool. So panic.
And you're still on 8.
Perfect.
Nice.
These guys know what they're doing.
Alright.
Okay, which is my turn. Your turn 3, sir.
Yeah, great. Okay, so you've given me something to think about there, haven't you?
Mhm.
Try it.
Yeah. I mean, there is no stand and shoot. My issue is I'm not entirely sure that even if my Goblin Raiders avoided the 2 dangerous terrain tests, which is ropey in the first place, I'm not entirely sure that the 2 Goblin Raiders could take out 10 light infantry anyway.
Yeah, that's a tall order.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure there's much to gain by even declaring that. So I will not declare that, as much as I would like to. What I am going to do is move forward. Yeah. So. Yeah. So right, the goblins. Just first, I'm going to move. Dink, 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 and I'm now going to move on the right axis. So I'll take a couple of goblins away. Do I have to take both of the sides away, even if I know I'm going to be wheeling to the right?
Yeah, just for good measure.
Cool.
Will take a second for me to fix that.
Yeah. You remember how many there were?
Yeah, I think you're still only missing 2.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So there's no such thing as swift reform, is there? There's just reform. Is that right?
Yeah, indeed. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I am going to continue moving with the goblins. Sorry, you're
No problem.
moving.
You can do the movement now. 6.
Let's see, what am I giving them? Yeah, I'm happy with that. For the goblins. Goblins can move 6. And the orcs. Sorry, just move back 1. So that's 1. 2. Are we happy that they'll be an inch away if I now move straight forward? Or is that not enough gap between them?
Yeah, it looks okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You can change the movement controls to ½ inch, maybe another ½ inch wheel.
Ah, can I do that?
Yeah, with the minus. Yeah.
Gotcha. I've done it, yeah. Cool. That would be perfect. So I've moved 1 so far, I think, or I've moved 2 now. I've moved 2 now, haven't I?
It was 2, I think.
2,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's 2.5 now. Great. Thank you. I'll move back to an inch. 2.5. 3, 4, 5.5. And now I'm going to wheel the other way. So, is he going to do it properly? Yeah, thank you. Just in case.
Yeah.
So, 6.5, 7.5.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to move 1.5 an inch forward. Think. Perfect.
Nice.
Lovely. So you can remove the Awaken the Beast if you like, because I won't be needing that again.
I'll do it.
And then it's just these Goblin Raiders. So what I'm going to do with them is going to go 1, 2. In fact, that was ½ inch movement, so that's only 1 inch so far. So they've moved 1 inch so far. 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5. They are in cover.
Very nice.
So I think that technically the frontage of the units is supposed to be inside or behind the hindrance.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, not a problem. I can move backwards ½ an inch.
I think that's the
Yep.
that's the wording that we shows.
Sure. Yeah. That's another one of those examples of conversion between 4,500 and this. So it's kind of why I'm commentating on everything I do, really.
Definitely, that's really that's really.
Because I mean, literally, I had a battle on Monday, so
It's the target facing inside or behind. Yeah, exactly.
great. Yeah, I'm more than happy with that position, so that's no loss. Great. So yeah, I think we'll be going to magic from there.
Nice screenshot.
Okay.
And I wonder what spell I'm going to cast this time.
Yeah.
5 and 2. Beautiful.
At least you're gonna cast it. It's like at least you're gonna have have a good card.
Yeah. Well, I've stuck to it in previous turns. It will be a 5 dicer
Ooh.
because
Attaboy.
I am orc. It's miscast.
No.
It's big.
See, Pataglio, every time you tell me the 21%, miscast on a 5. It's all bullshit. Anything can happen at any moment.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I will just go straight to my midcast roll.
Oh, you don't forget it. That's good.
I would have preferred to forget it. It would have made the last turn magic a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 hits. I didn't know it was
So
2
that's-
hits. That's cheeky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Just the
that's
one.
interesting when you put 1 wound on the enemy mage, and the enemy mage will have to keep in mind that miscast can kill it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So that is 1 wound done to my Orc Shaman, if you wouldn't mind.
You can use state 3, and that gives
brilliant.
the 1 wound up here.
You're going to have to give me a tutorial on how to create these states on TTS, Pataglio, because I'm very much liking them.
With pleasure, for your own development purposes.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Great. We need to resolve a fireball, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh,
I nearly
yeah.
forgot.
Did
There's
we
that
have a
too.
target
Yeah.
for that?
No, I suppose I didn't say. I mean, it was fairly certain that I was going to be successful, so I'm not sure it matters too much. But
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
You can pick, I don't care.
it is AP0, so being honest, I was going for the light infantry. If that's
Makes
okay with
sense.
you, need to now choose them. I appreciate I should have targeted before. But yeah, so 4 hits.
Now that has to go on the IG.
No,
When you roll like that,
no, you agreed to it. You agreed to it. Too late for that.
it's all good.
Lovely. So 3 of them will be dead in the woods,
Ooh.
Okay.
which is perfect for my purposes. Because you know what I'm trying to achieve there. Sometimes it's not about the
And-
killing.
That's true. And I'm at 13.4, so that
Mhm.
doesn't help me. Even though,
mean,
never mind. Wizard
They have the same
Discipline is
discipline anyway.
Oh.
Oh no!
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
The gobs are avenged.
And they're going 7 inches.
Fantastic.
Oh crap! I'm going off the one guy and not the frame.
Mm-hmm. So, Hyper G,
Yeah.
when you want to rotate the unit as a whole, so this is going to be the direction. No, actually, in this case, well,
Oh, I'm.
you have
I'm
been
an idiot.
targeted. Yeah,
Shaman,
so-
isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, it will be the.
I mean, that was another thing that I was going to keep quiet until you clarified with the essence rules. If it is
Yeah.
from the closest unit, it's from the raiders. But if it was the shaman who cast the fireball, so
Exactly. Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6,
And
7.
so, Stuff, in that case, if you want to rotate the entire unit, you grab it by the frame, and that's going to rotate it around the center of the frame.
okay, lovely.
If you grab it by one model, it's going to rotate around that model with Q and E. And this is good when you want to close the door, for example, but not when you want to do this type of movement that you've seen here.
Sure. And I believe that is my magic phase. And also, I have no shooting because I marched
Marched.
with my goblins. So my turn 3 is over.
It was a good trade-off for the wizard's wound, for the shaman's wound.
Oh, massively. Yeah, I will take that result all day.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, charge. Let's see.
Mhm. And you've obviously outmaneuvered me over here because these guys cannot see, even though they're
Yeah, it's quite ridiculous.
5
when
feet
you-
away. They can't see them. No,
No.
I understand.
It's one of those beautiful tabletop wargaming rules, isn't it? Where did the orcs go?
You can smell them, you know.
I guess
You know
it's
they
the
are, you can
helmet.
smell them.
They wouldn't be keeping quiet either. They would actually be shouting at you. You know?
Yeah. It's all the helmet. It's a very narrow field of vision.
Yeah, blinkered.
Okay. So I'm gonna put this back up for myself. Interesting. So I can charge the orcs, which I'm really not super psyched about. But then the goblins cannot see me. I don't think that I can achieve the same thing. I'm just gonna copy the IG. Oh, I'm not. Let's see. How? Yeah, I mean that's not possible, so it doesn't matter.
Even with an offset
Can I?
positioning? I think that in the case of the offset positioning, you should be fine.
Oh damn. Okay. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna declare that charge. I guess I should measure it first, shouldn't I? 12. It's a 6.
8 on the dice.
8.
You
Yeah,
move
don't
a
ever
nice
trust my
roll.
math. You know that.
So, can I ask a question before I declare my reaction?
Of course.
Is it possible to, in my turn 4, hypothetically, to win a combat reform to be in the central zone to claim that I am in it? I.e.,
Like
if
to
I
change your
yeah.
footprint.
Yeah, if I were to win a combat in my turn 4 outside of the central zone. So say, for example, the Imperial Guard fail their charge now, or I flee and they then fail their charge. I may as well be honest about it. They're my options. And then the Orcs were to charge the Imperial Guard in my turn 4, and the Orcs were to win that combat, causing the Imperial Guard to run away. This is all hypothetical, of course, you know, obviously dice happens.
For sure. Talk it out. I like it.
And then say the Imperial Guard did run away. Would my Orcs be able to combat reform to then be inside? Are they allowed to combat reform to be like one wide to get inside the middle zone?
So you can combat reform, and this would count for the scoring purposes.
Post-combat pivot.
Post-combat pivot,
Yeah.
but you cannot change your formation. Your formation is always the same.
Lovely.
So the maximum you can
Fine.
do, for example, is to be in this situation.
Perfect. That's absolutely perfect. That was one of those conversion rules that I needed to just clarify before I did anything, basically.
And similarly,
Definitely.
if you flee with the goblins and the goblins end
I don't
up
like how many orcs and goblins are.
Yeah, and then they reformed. Could they reform to be in a silly formation to get back into the center?
here, then you can do this, and
Yeah.
this will put you inside, but still 5 times 4. That's
That's absolutely fine. That was basically because I mean in the larger game you see some very silly formations coming about when it's trying to grab an objective. And obviously that is way more complex than obviously a simplified version of the game should be. So I wanted to clarify that basically because I have got the big hat head on me. So
Definitely. No. This is clearly one of the things that you have to keep in mind when scaling down. And actually, I mean,
it's a really good discussion to have about the differences between the big game and the small one, and what the advantages of the smaller game are that you can build up to the complex scenarios like that.
And actually, as a tiny side note, I like the idea that the players coming from fantasy battles, they assume things that they cannot do in Essence of War, and that gives the new players an edge, because the big player is not going to make tactical mistakes, and so the new player can at least count on the fact that, you know, they were expecting to be able to have Swiss rights, but they don't. And so it keeps the game balanced, even if somebody is a pro from many tournaments and playing against somebody new. If they don't do what you just did, which is, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is why I wanted to talk it through out loud. I mean, I'm not hiding my tactics in talking that through, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's all about learning and bringing...
Definitely.
I mean, Rob, you said at the start of the game you haven't played a full version of fantasy gaming. And part of the learning how to build up to that is playing these games and appreciating what options you might have in the bigger stage. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
why I was...
I love hearing you talk out the differences just as much as you need to learn them, because that helps me a little bit.
Yeah.
See, okay, I can do this, but just keep in the back of my mind, you know, in a full game, I could do it slightly differently.
Yeah.
Make it work a bit different. So I love it.
Yeah. Well,
Keep
cool.
doing it.
Good. I mean, obviously there was a lot of hypotheticals in what I was suggesting anyway. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, though.
That's cool. So, bearing all that discussion in mind, I will hold.
Okay.
Because I can't
Okay.
stand and shoot in essence either, which is another option in the big game, which I might have considered normally. But yeah, I will hold. So good luck.
Okay, so we need an 8.
I think it's an 8. Yeah, I couldn't quite measure it exactly, but I think it's an 8.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Good luck. Could be important
Thank you.
for the grand scheme of the result.
Yeah. Yes.
Perfect.
Oh,
Could be very important, that roll, I think.
Yeah.
I debated leaving you more when I moved the goblins up, but if I had have done so, I'm not entirely sure I would have been able to get the orcs out of the line of sight of the cavalry.
yeah.
Because of like staying within an inch of each other or staying out of an inch of each other. So I needed to get that extra space. So it was a risk, but I think that charge could be very important.
You know, and I could still screw it up somehow else.
Oh, absolutely. That's the beauty of rolling dice, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even need to roll dice to screw stuff up.
Imperial
have that
Guard,
skills
they're
like that.
basically peasants, aren't they?
Peasants with a bunch of armor.
Exactly, yeah.
Peasants in a robot costume. Okay. So that's charges. So we have movement. We are going to try and rally these fellers.
Yeah. Rally those
On
cowards.
7. Aha!
Hey, you rolled my dice. That's not allowed. I'll make you. I think you should re-roll.
Ah! I always pick blue, so it's my.
Oh, that's dodgy. Rolling another guy's dice. Gosh,
Oh,
that's
shameful.
that is.
Well, they're all Pataglios dice, so it's fine. Never happen again.
My granddad would be saying that he'd be drawing his pistol at this point.
I love it. And let's see. For giggles, I can't get there, so that doesn't matter. So
Yeah, that's why it was so
just
important to
turn
me that they fled, because I knew that they couldn't be involved in the victory condition. Well, they can still be involved,
face down these goblins.
just they can't actually claim it.
They don't get to join the objective party. It's
Yeah.
fine.
To be fair, there might not be many units left in there after your Imperial Guard are finished.
We'll see. Okay, and then movement, we're going to go with the Electoral Cavalry. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Brutal. Nice. nice point of view.
Can they see that one? I mean,
Yeah.
so again, hypothetically, if I was to charge the orcs, it's not just this guy, because of fighting over gaps and all that stuff.
No, you would just have to try and make your wheeling movements, and then whenever your wheeling movement brings you in a position that you can advance, then you would advance, and then you would close the door, and then you would probably be in contact with almost everybody.
Agreed.
Oh, I just meant it in terms of line of sight, even though
Yeah, as long as you
mostly
see
what
one.
I'm seeing is the back of this guy.
Yeah.
It still counts.
I think my understanding would be, providing you can see the back right corner, irrespective of there being a model there or not, you'd still be in line of sight. Is that right with you, Pataglio?
Yeah, exactly. As long as you can see the boundary, then you're fine.
Yeah.
And as long as you can see as long as you can see the boundary or even one model, then it means that you can align in whichever way makes sense. Yes.
To be fair, I don't want to charge the orcs anyway, so it's fine.
You know that they were only pretending to face that way, right?
Yeah. I have faced some of the 3D models in totally the wrong direction. I think in one of the Sylvan elf matches, I had my druid facing like off this way and had no idea. Okay, so that's movement for me. The wizard, can they? It doesn't matter because they can't shoot right now. So he's just gonna sit right there behind his little hill. If you want to do that, go nuts.
Is that 18?
I was just wondering whether or not your wizard was within 18 inches of my raiders, because you might want to like nudge him within 18 if he's not, in case you're thinking a searing thingy.
I was
scorching salvo. I think it's pretty
truly
close anyway.
But then,
yeah, I mean, obviously not if it costs you getting charged by the orcs.
Yeah.
Not that would lose you too much in turn 4 anyway, but
yeah, honestly, if you want to charge them with the orcs,
exactly.
I don't think that leaves you in the objective, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to worry too much about your wizard anyway, but I think your priority probably with him is to try and kill the raiders, isn't it? I mean, I could be wrong. I'm being like...
It certainly would not hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't know what you're planning with your magic phase, but...
Neither do I. Alright, so let's find out. Shuffling.
I think sometimes I'm nowhere near ruthless enough when it comes to competitive gaming. Like,
and that's why it's such a big pleasure to have you on the channel. It's like,
yeah, a gentleman loser.
It would be slightly inappropriate to have, like, you know, blood-injected eyes when you're playing Essence of War. Slightly unnerving.
It's a big magic phase, so...
2 spells could be cast, possibly.
Alright, so I think I will go 3 and 3. Make you either roll under, roll 1 less than me, or make a big decision and have to stop 1. So first we will do Scorching Salvo, which will hit the orcs and the raiders. With 3 dice. Ba-da-ba-ba. And 11.
Problem. Problem indeed. I'm basically, with that, I'm having to choose between my goblins and my goblin raiders, pretty much.
It's like choosing between your little green children. And we just lost Staff on Discord again.
Okay.
And he's back again.
Lost me, can you hear?
Ever so briefly.
Oh, okay, cool. Is my camera gone again, particularly?
It is.
Sorry, I was given a masterclass in tactics there as well. But, never mind.
Oh, we missed it. We'll never know.
That 1
No.
minute. Condensed. Essential tactics. Always good.
Well, I still didn't make a decision, even when I was away, what I was going to do. So,
Speaking of which, I will be away for 1 minute and a half. But you can
No worries.
continue making the decision and playing the game, actually. No way for me.
You got it, boss.
I am going to. I'm going to try and dispel that with 5 dice.
Okay.
No, 4 dice.
Four
Have I
dice.
got 4? Yeah, 4, not 5.
Yeah.
I was just trying to sneak an extra dice in there.
Yeah, sneaky, sneaky.
Sneaky
Ooh,
goblins. There you
very
go.
nice.
I'll do it.
Okay,
Yes, so my raiders are
So-
still okay at the moment.
that will. That means I'm going to cast my Corruption of Tin on the goblin with 3 dice. Need a 5. I sure hope I can make that.
Ooh, only
Just
just.
barely.
Only just, yeah.
Yeah.
If you'd cast them the other way around, I might have had to make a bigger decision over whether or not to dispel. Because I was thinking there's a chance of not casting Scorching Salvo on 3 dice, even though it would still be below average not to cast it.
That's a good point. I never take into account until after what the casting values are. So
They're both very useful
a good
spells
tip.
for this scenario, though.
yeah, it works out okay.
Yeah.
But you're right. That would have been a more, game tactics kind of thing.
It's difficult to say. I mean,
Magic phase is tough.
yeah,
I
both have
have-
their merits casting them in
struggle with
either
that.
order. So, and you never know
Right.
when you're rolling 3 dice for both spells. You never know what the dice are going to be anyway. So, you could roll 111 and it doesn't make any difference what the tactics should have been.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the best laid plans can always get screwed up
Absolutely,
by
they
shitty dice
can.
rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, then I can't shoot because I rallied in this turn, which means let's do some fighting.
Great, goblins are ready.
We have agility 2 on the gobos and agility 3 for my IG, so that is 10 attacks. And we're
Can
hitting
my
on
goblins pull their
fours.
spears out of their pockets now?
Yeah. If only. But then that would mean that they don't get their bows anyway. So
Oh. I am actually defensive
So-
4, which is quite credible for goblins, actually.
That's because they have a
Not too
shield.
shabby.
So that's
Mm.
why they have armor
Parry.
2 and
Yeah.
defense 4. Simplified version.
Very good.
4s regardless. 3, 4, 5.
Perfectly average.
So not great, but yes, perfectly average. And strength 4, res 3, winning on 3s. And we decided it was 5 hits,
Mm-hmm.
which
Perfectly average.
there you go.
And where I may normally have an armor save, you corruption of tinned me.
Haha.
And that's the rank exactly. Mm.
Perfect. That's what I wanted.
That's convenient.
Yeah, because in Essence of War, as long as you have one model, you still have a rank bonus. So
Oh, sure. So I actually wanted 1 less to die there, didn't I? Because
yeah,
I would have been
exactly,
steadfast.
with only
Sure.
one dude, but yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. At the moment, what I'm looking at is I need to kill 4 of your models in order to be steadfast, don't I? So, yeah, possibly not likely. So I will attack
So-
back with
To you, sir.
10 attacks from my elite goblins. Ooh, they've tried.
Mm,
They have tried.
6. Did.
Um,
Damn. Yeah.
am I hitting on 4s or is it
Fours.
5s?
No,
Your
it's
defense?
Yeah, it's
2
still
to
fours.
5.
Because I've defensive
Okay,
5.
that's fine. Yeah. Lovely. So yeah, 6 hits. I will take that. And I'm winding on 4s. Oh, here they go. Here they go.
Seriously?
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Oh well,
Seriously?
I talked them up so much, and that's what they give me.
There was too much pressure for him.
Yeah, yeah. Never mind. Lovely. So I think that means you have got a convincing win there.
By 3?
+1 for the charge.
4.
That's
Yeah,
the
the
charge.
charge.
Yeah.
Discipline 8. That means staff saves on a 4.
Well, judging on my previous roll, I should be fine.
Can totally do
Should
it.
be okay.
Or not. Or not. I will be fleeing, sir. How would you like to proceed?
Let's see here. It's your turn next, so that they'll get a chance to rally if I don't pursue. The orcs can't charge anyway, or I could. I think I want to just stick where I'm at. They flee any more than like 4 inches, they're going to be out of the objective. I guess they can pivot, but I have a total of. Alright, I'm going to pursue instead. Yeah, we'll pursue.
Happy?
Do
Pursue?
a lot of wishy-washy flip-flopping. Yes, pursue.
Okay, great. Good luck.
Thank you, as well.
I've rolled a 10,
Oh.
a solid 10. Goblins doing their job admirably.
Don't catch you, and I'm out of the zone. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, and that could be very interesting for where the goblins end up. Particularly, would you mind helping me with this rotate again?
Yep. So I think we can do the following. I can put them like this, and then here.
Yeah.
And now I
I
think...
can go ahead, or do you want to go ahead with the 10 inches?
Well, actually, I'm thinking that since this is this type of movement, I'm just going to grab the unit, press tab, keep pressed, and then proceed in a straight line by 10.
I've got a very important
A little
rally
more
coming up.
over here, I think.
Yeah,
For a straight line.
yeah, straight line.
But it's all good.
Looks good.
That's good enough. Good
A
enough.
very important rally test coming up.
And now for Rob, it's a 7, right? But I think you need a 9 to be out
Yes.
of the zone.
Two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
That's
yeah.
out.
My measurement was just off. So. Okay.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? I think there's 2 very important roles coming up.
Yeah.
Sorry to dumb it down to rolling dice. I know that
Yeah.
somewhat takes the immersion
that's
away
the game.
sometimes.
So,
No, it's all
speaking of important roles, there's maybe another one that needs to be done in Rob's turn, possibly at the end of combat.
Oh yeah, you have to roll a panic check for these guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you. Yes, very good point. I was getting ahead of myself.
I always forget panics.
That will
so
change
thanks,
things
Pete.
entirely. That would. Yeah.
He loves to subtly remind
There
me.
you go. There you go.
Oh,
You know what you say,
damn.
Peteglio? What have we said before about you ruining my role?
Oh man.
He always does that.
What have we
do
said,
that?
He
Peteglio?
always does that
What have we
shit.
said in the past?
Why do I do that? Harakiri for me.
You see, if I'd have remembered that myself, then I wouldn't have rolled high at all. But
Yeah.
because it was you, yeah, it's game over.
I've been on the receiving end of Peteglio's shady reminders, because when he has to remind you, he does something to the dice. He's
Yeah.
got some special thing he can do.
I am
Absolutely.
more sad
Screws up
than
your rolls.
you can imagine. It's like
In
I'm
fact,
chuckling,
yeah,
but inside I'm
it's-
dying.
It's not actually game over. It's just potentially my victory is definitely impossible. I'm just checking. Do I panic from my own unit or from the nearest enemy unit in the scenario? It won't matter massively because I'll be long gone. But
That would have happened at the moment of the end of combat. So it would have happened from the closest unit, which is the Imperial Guard. So I think that this would be the direction.
sure. So I can.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. Oops.
So when you're rotating, you have to pick them up first.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. How do you want me to fix that now? I know you told me that
So we
before.
can
But
rotate them back, theoretically.
yeah, they're not
to
too,
kind
not
of
too
in the-
broken.
Yeah. That's how stuff looks when I rank it up in real life. So
Yeah. Right.
Now,
So,
now when
so
you pick them up, they're gonna align.
pick them up
instantly with
first.
them.
and then
Q and E.
how do you? Right. Yeah. There you go. Sorry. What was that line of fleeing? Is it about that? It's not going to make
in the
much
opposite
difference. Is
direction.
it? So,
So you have to rotate them. They're looking in this direction now. So you should keep rotating
they can just
them.
backpedal.
Yeah, like so. Perfect.
nope. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Happy with that? I mean, they're going to be out of any interest,
that looks-
useful
that
place anyway. So let's just go ding, ding, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just checking I was on inch movement rather than half inch. 7, 8, 9, 10. They're gone. Beautiful. Yeah. Lovely. So there's still 2 very important rolls as to whether I can get a draw or not. But we'll see. We'll see. But it has become a lot harder with my shaman going over there, obviously. So yeah, are we in my turn 4 then?
Yes.
We are.
Great. So the first thing is I'm not declaring a charge with my raiders. Then I'm going to rally, or try to at least.
Yeah.
So I will be trying to rally my orcs first,
Sure.
because that way I may be. I know these. Didn't see who it was measuring, but
Yeah.
I may be able to get my orc shaman within 12
Definitely.
inches of my goblins.
Yeah, you would.
So we shall see if I can rally my orcs.
Yes.
I can.
Nailed it.
There was genuine hope and joy in Peteglio's words there.
Maybe there's some redemption for me. Sorry, Rob. So
just
this way I
guilt.
have to apologize to both. Can you believe that?
Yeah, you upset both of them.
Yes.
So I will.
We're leaving. We're both leaving.
Yeah. We'll raid. Oh, no, I've done that wrong. I think I've moved them, haven't I?
So if you
But
grab the frame in this empty corner over here.
sure. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. And obviously, we've already pre-measured that my orc shaman is now within 12 inches of my goblins,
Definitely.
which, in theory, makes this roll a little bit easier.
In theory.
Oh, good.
Oh, stone cold.
Those goblins, man of the match.
Boss.
So I believe that irrespective of where, well, assuming I don't actually move this flank of my goblins, I think they're blocking your knights from wheeling past them. Is that right?
They are indeed.
Which means that your knights definitely cannot get into the central zone. Similarly, my orcs cannot get into the central zone. Similarly, the light infantry cannot get into the central zone. So it's basically now just a race between these last two units.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And whether or not the light infantry can kill them, or if the trees kill them first.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so let's get the central marker on, because I think I'm going to have to march in order to do it. So
yeah,
we will go for it. So let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not going to be enough. 5. I don't think that's going to be enough either. 6.
Yeah.
That is enough, but it's not going to be enough to avoid a march test.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 7, 8, 9. So that's just 9 at the moment.
Now, quick question, P. Not to.
No, that's fine.
Lawyery,
If we just remember it's 9.
Is it still in the movement phase? Are you limited to only 90-degree wheels at most?
No, that's just for charges. That's okay.
Okay, cool.
Just wanted to make me panic. Didn't
forget that one. No, I generally had no idea.
Sure. Yeah.
Because the point is that
move one and then do another. So.
This is maybe a good moment to hammer that in. Each wheel can be maximum 90, but in the movement phase you can do as many as you want, and in the charge phase you can only do 1. So effectively, in the movement phase, there is
so you can do
2 successive wheels of 90 inches, and then you're fine. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Lovely. And then I will follow up by moving another 9 inches forwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which I think means that you, well, I won't say that out loud, the competitiveness of me. But yeah, either way, that's about as much as I can do.
Okay.
I do have a magic phase, technically.
Yeah.
Still. So I guess if I get incredibly lucky, I could actually potentially panic your Imperial Guard, which would be insane.
4 wounds, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, that is why we roll the dice. So I will attempt it.
You never know.
So yeah.
That'll help.
I've got 7 dice to play with. You know how many I'm rolling.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't help that much.
No.
Because you really only have 1 spell.
Yeah. 5 dice coming up. Before you even get the tokens out, particularly, but that's a decent start.
Yeah, that was excellent. 20.
Too slow, buddy. Too slow.
So let's see if I can put the 4 before you. Exactly. Well done.
4.
13.
Yeah, you get it.
Wonderful. Right, pray for that 3 on the dice. Oof. It's going to plan so far.
Hope springs eternal.
Yeah. So 4 hits at strength 4, wounding on 3s. It's going to plan so far.
This is amazing.
This would be pretty incredible, wouldn't it?
All right, so I have to fail 4 3-up armor saves.
Yeah.
You have to, yes.
1s and 2s.
Please do.
1s and 2s. Gives us 1 2s.
We didn't get the memo.
1 guy.
See, in any other turn, I would have been delighted with killing 1 guy.
And it doesn't matter for me.
There you go. And that is
Okay.
as much as my orcs can do now that Pataglio has cursed them and ruined the game for me.
Yeah. No, he always does that. I'm
He
telling
does,
you.
well, only to me. Only
Always.
to me. I haven't seen it happen to anyone else. He only does it to me.
That is not true. I'm defending the Essence of War spirit in itself, despite being costly, because I'm being a douchebag to my friends. Or
Of course, what you're going to
the
do now.
cost of personal relationships.
What I'll do, I'll tell you straight away. I'll hold the charge that you're going to do with your Imperial Guard. Come and get me.
Right?
nice move.
You can't trick me that easy, Steph.
Oh, it was worth
I
a
may be
try.
a dummy, but I'm not that much of a dummy.
It was worth a try.
All right. I could be a real asshole and just flank charge these guys
By
with
all means.
electoral cavalry. Why not?
Yeah.
Won't really have any effect on anything, but I mean, I guess they were auto in anyway.
You rolled.
That sometimes, especially when you're learning the game, you actually need to roll the dice anyway, even when things are likely to happen or whatever. I mean, sometimes in order to learn what your unit can do, you need to roll out combats, even if they're very heavily weighted one way or the other, because the next time you roll with that same unit, it might be in a situation where you need to remember all their rules. I mean, I had the other situation the other day using one of the new Dread Elves book, and it was the first time I'd used a unit in combat, and I forgot one of their rules, and because of that, I didn't do as well in the combat as I should have done. And what I would have benefited from is if I'd have had a combat before that, whether it was meaningless or not, where I could have learned their rules. But anyway, that's going off on a tangent. So
no, and actually, I mean, I think that this combat is gonna boil down to this roll, and it's smaller than 6, so the goblins stick. That kind of thing.
Sure.
So that's the sometimes the electoral cavalry looks much stronger than it is, even on a flank charge.
Well,
it's only one rank.
And in theory, you could still break them, and they could panic off the Imperial Guard.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll just leave your
good
goblins. So
what were you thinking?
I don't know. I told you I'm a dummy. Okay, so movement. I don't think any amount of moves is going to bring me into short range, so no movement.
Can I offer one extra thing to possibly consider? I don't know whether you can, but can you move to inside the forest to enable you to ignore cover when shooting them?
Nice. Very nice.
I don't know if you've got enough movement to do it. You can only move 4. It might not be enough, but...
So if the cover is -1 and moving is -1, does it actually make a difference?
Good point.
Because in fantasy battles, they would have accurate, and it would be a -2, so the trade-off would be skewed in favor of keep the cover. But in this specific case, it doesn't make a difference.
Fair enough. No, very good point.
So I could move into the forest, but it wouldn't actually change my final aim score.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah.
That's good to know, though. That's really good to know, though. Thank you for thinking about that. The only one actually I am thinking about now is if I move these guys back by... you can only move 2 inches. That doesn't get them away from... Yeah. All right. Doesn't move them far enough to get them out of the potential panic there. So, all right.
If you want to take back the charge now, you can. Now that you've realised that, I don't mind if you want to do that.
That's all right. No, it's all right. Magic 3. I like leaving a possible opening for you. All right. 5 and 2.
Oh, that's a good card for you to roll. A very good
So
card.
we're going to.
Corruption of Tin is back to you.
Let's see. How do I want to split this up if I want to? All right, we're going to 2 dice Corruption of Tin
Mm-hmm.
on the goblins.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And you guys can tell me later if I'm totally misplaying this, but that goes off.
I will not.
Do you want to dispel
I
it?
will not dispel that.
Mm.
Okay, so they get Corruption of Tin. And then 3 Scorching Salvo on the Raiders. Well, only hitting the Raider.
Hmm.
I guess I'm hitting those guys too, but it doesn't matter that much.
Sure.
Alright, 3 dice.
That's a good roll.
Oof.
I think that roll mitigates any advice on what
Any mistakes I
we
made?
might have said you could have done.
It's a shut up roll.
Yeah, it is.
But
I
I mean,
haven't dispelled
I
it.
have to say that the Corruption of Tin on the Goblin Raiders might have,
That would have been smarter.
for the, since the Scorching Salvo is AP 0. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So you get 1 here and 1 there.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, so let's do the orcs first. So 3 hits on them.
Wounding on foes.
Moving on fours.
5 ups.
Doings.
And stuff. 2 rolls.
2 dead orcs.
Oh, from the looks of it, from the glare on the dice, I thought those were both ones. Just
I
to
thought they were
kick
as
you in
well,
the
actually, when I
nuts.
rolled them. And then it turned out to be a 3, yeah.
And then 4 hitting those, wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
Yeah, 3s.
Mm.
Very nice. I need to roll a few saves.
Oh.
I do not. They are gone. So yeah, you got the job done anyway.
Yeah. Even without the corruption.
Sorry, did you need them to take a picture? Sorry, protect
I
them.
managed.
Yeah.
That was good.
I
Just in time.
deleted them.
It's quick on the draw.
Yeah. I was in disgust. It doesn't even matter now what the light infantry do because your wizard pulled it out of the bag anyway.
Yeah.
It makes me
So
even
now they
more
don't
wish
even get
that
to shoot. That's sad.
even more wish that I managed to kill him with a fireball in turn 1.
Mhm.
Sad boys. 30 inches from the orcs can't even do that. So, all right, they'll just chill back there, crack a beer, and start hanging.
Absolutely.
Okay, so which brings us to our combat phase. And I get 4 guys in there.
So goblins go first, I suppose.
Oh yeah, because I have great weapons.
Oh, you have great weapons.
Yep.
Do you?
Agility 0.
Ah, yeah. Brilliant. Lovely. So I'll have 3
Not in the art,
three
but in
goblin
the
attacks. 2 hits, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Here's the can openers.
And 1 wound.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they have AP.
Well, they've never wounded before, so that's better than they did last
Yeah.
time.
So it's a 2 up.
Alright,
on that
so-
1 die.
1, 2 up. All right.
They're alive.
And I'm hitting back on 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because it's got to be
Yeah.
way higher. Yep.
No, actually they have 4. So
4 on 4s. Yeah.
wounding on 2s, and no armor.
2.
Yeah. So it's 2 gobs.
And staff, you can pick which ones you.
Oh, sure, yeah. Lovely. So I just need a steadfast, which I believe I still am.
You are, because it's only
Yep.
1 rank to the
Yes.
flank, so it's not negated, and the shaman is still there. Yep.
I will hold you up for a turn.
Yep.
And just for sake, I will
Yeah.
try to reform to face you.
Yes.
I will. And now is where the goblins are going to kill you all. Lovely. So yeah, if you do the honors particularly, that'll save me messing it up at the last turn.
I can do that for you.
So yeah, you avoid the panic test as we expected. So, but of course, now going into my 5th turn, my orcs will absolutely rip you apart.
Yeah, just
And
destroy me.
I think I win, basically.
Yeah, the 5th turn would have been.
Oh,
been
I forgot
fun.
about that. Shit.
Yeah, you got the
Well-
edited rulebook, didn't you, Rob? You got the edited rulebook.
I
Teglia
didn't
sent
get that
out.
new update.
Oh man,
always
that's
does shit
so
like that to me.
unfortunate. So unfortunate.
I know.
Well played. Well played. That was a good game.
Well, thank you
Twists
to
and
you, sir.
turns.
Nice.
Yeah, it went from me having a good chance of getting a 2-1 victory at one point, going down to
To me, talking.
trying to keep hold. Yeah, that part. Me trying to hold on to a 1-1 draw, but the odds were in the favour that you would take out my 1 and keep your 1, which is a solid 1-0 victory for you. Very good. Well done.
Thank you, sir. An excellent game. Shit, I think I've won 2 in a row now.
Oh,
That's 2 in a row.
there you go.
I
Nice.
might actually be improving. Who would have
Very good.
thought?
Very good.
We'll have to tell this to your next opponent. We'll have to make sure that your killing spree
Bring on lucky
isn't
sixes.
Yeah.
Bring out the
You-
sixes.
Or just bring Epoch back and he can just beat me like he always does. So,
To be honest, he does not like electronic dice, so you've got a very good chance of beating him on electronic dice. He is weak when it comes to rolling with computers.
I mean, can I ask? Does he roll with his own dice then at this point? Because if he doesn't like the electronic dice and he's known as lucky sixes, it's like, is it my Neapolitan mentality, like Italian cheater mentality? But I see a pattern there. You know, is that a?
Sure, it's been said by many people, and
have we
to be honest,
tested the balance of these dice?
his dice box is huge. He's got literally probably over 300 dice in that box, and they come out at random. So if even if they were weighted, they'd have to all be weighted. It's just one of those things where he's just a good roller of dice.
So
And people who
He just doesn't
dispute
think
it,
that you
they-
think
go on.
he would make that much of an investment in that many weighted dice.
So
you
did,
could
did
have
I,
a point there.
did I just manage to upset Hyper G and Rob and Lucky Sixes in one game only?
Yeah, he's not
So,
even here.
You've outed him, yeah. To be honest, I'm not sure why I'm defending him anyway. He can do that for himself.
I would have expected you to, jump on the occasion of saying something nasty about Lucky Sixes. But you didn't
Yeah,
do it.
let's. No, to be honest, I've because I've played him longer than PTG has been around. You're talking like PTG is only 3 years old, and I've played him for 5-6 years. There's been many occasions when he's used other people's dice, and he still rolls incredibly well.
It's just
So
the wrist. It's just the magic.
absolutely, yeah.
It's all in the wrist.
It is. That was good fun. I enjoyed that, Rob. Well played. It was a good battle.
Yeah, it was great.
Definitely. Well done.
We'll have a rematch sometime. and
Absolutely. Yeah.
You can smash me. So
Well, who knows? Who knows? That's why we roll the dice. Maybe me and you will have a game without Pateglia, right?
yeah, make it a little more fair for everybody.
The curse strikes again.
I still apologize very publicly once more for doing that. That's the. I have to learn. I have to have more drinks, you know, and drink more often during the game, so I'm not talking. That's the solution. But yeah, I hope that you can come back to the channel once more, Hyper-G, and set the record straight for the future. Rob is a regular player. I think that it's not going to be easy for you to play in this time zone during the week. So probably Hyper-G and possibly Lucky Sixes might be appearing on the channel on hopefully a bit more often in the future on Thursdays evenings in Europe, which is not going to be easy for Rob due to time zone constraints. But you know, whenever I'm sure that you know every employer would understand very well the need of having somebody take a day off for a game with the PDGs. It's like.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure. My boss would love that. I'll just tell him I'm skiing. He would actually buy that, I think. But
I think there's actually on the
okay with that.
on the form where you request annual leave or time off, there's actually a box that says for PTG. So you know that's just a box you can tick, and that just automatically gets approved. So you're all good.
I will check that box, sir.
Absolutely, do it.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys. Thanks to everybody on the stream. We've been glad to have you watching this, and we will resume the gaming I think next week with more playtesting for the new Empire of Sonnstahl army, and we'll also see you on the forum. You can follow the Craven Lands discussion thread where we keep talking about this patrol, and there will probably be a bit more information about the backstory, more miniature pictures, and maybe at some point we'll also start talking about tactics, like for example what you can expect from the electoral cavalry and other things, how to use your dice. So this is going to be geared for new players, but we will be talking about this patrol again in the future. So thanks again to everybody.
Good stuff.
I will see you on the forum.
Bye, folks.
Bye, everybody.
See you later. Thanks, Pete.